connecting to the real nerds is so easy. You can go to our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can like us on Facebook. We have a Twitter account, @RealNerds. We also have Instagram. You can call us, 720-6nerds5. You want to email us? You can do that too, realnerds@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Paul Caroli, and I host a podcast called Changing Denver. It's a monthly show about our city's physical spaces, how we make them, and how they make us. But it's so much more than that. It's the conversations, ideas, and stories that define Denver's perpetual state of flux. Find more from our team at changingdenver.com and join the conversation on Twitter @ChangingDenver. Denver's changing. We can help.
Hi, I'm Amanda Connor.
And I'm Jimmy Palmiotti, and you're listening to Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic Con 2017 and beyond. I am Ryan. With me always is
Zach
and
James
and
Brad.
And every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we saw two movies. We saw Colossal and Free Fire. Brad, were you able to see Colossal?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Zach didn't see Free Fire, so
Yeah,
we'll have to be careful. But there's not a lot to spoil about Free Fire.
I was going to go tomorrow morning, but yeah.
Oh, actually, Zach, you were on another podcast.
Yes, I was. Movies Made Me podcast.
Yeah, and I listened to it.
You did? What did you
think?
Think?
Well, why does everyone think I'm an asshole?
Because you pretend that you're one? I don't know.
Don't call me a host. Ryan will get mad. I mean, you're not, but...
No, but yeah, I recorded it back in February, and just based off the release schedule, that's when they were able to release it, was this Monday. So, but yeah, if you want to hear more about the movies that influenced in my life, you can check it out.
I have to say, Zach, on that podcast is the most I've ever heard you talk about something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess if it's Jack Benny, then you'll talk for a long time.
Oh, just wait. We've got plenty of things to
Yeah,
talk
Ryan,
about.
move on before you start talking about Jack Benny.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I already heard Twombly. And when you're talking about him, like, oh wow, here comes the pretentious Zach coming out.
All right, guys. He's pushed me to the limit. It's time to talk about the history of Jack Benny. Jack Benny was born in Waukegan, Illinois, in 1894.
Finally, I can sleep on the show. Oh man, did you hear that? I can just turn his mic all the way off.
Awesome.
It's great.
No, you did good, Zach.
No, thank you. And hopefully I pimped the podcast a little bit.
Hopefully you did.
Yeah,
no, you did a lot. Actually.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, appreciate it. You said some very nice things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I'm a nice person.
I know.
But I didn't know
it's convenient for you.
I know I was so effective at being a butt knocker on the show until people are always shocked when they come on the show and they meet me. They're like, oh, you are nice. I'm like, yeah. I just play an asshole on TV.
I don't think maybe I haven't seen the right movies, but I've never heard the term butt knocker before.
No.
Where did that come from?
It's a 30-year-old thing.
Yeah, it's actually my dad. I learned it from my dad. I don't know.
Didn't we all?
I don't know where my dad got. I think it's from Beavis and Butthead, actually.
That does sound like something Beavis and Butthead would say.
You're right.
Because my fun fact about Steve Frost is he loves Beavis and Butthead.
No shit.
Because he's a cool dad.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I would not have expected that.
I know. I used to wake up and go into school, and Beavis and Butthead used to be on like at 5 a.m. on MTV.
Yeah.
And my dad would be drinking his coffee and watching Beavis and Butthead.
Perfect way to start the day is a cup of Folgers and 90 Slackers.
That's right. Just a quick couple announcements. James, what are you so shocked about?
I don't know what's happening on your television.
Yeah,
what's Descendants 2?
Oh,
it looks like
never heard of
Disney's
this?
Runaways, but it's all shot in a small green screen closet.
Yeah, it's like the kids of Disney villains.
Oh my. Does it always look that shitty?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
I just know what it is because I follow Disney.
That commercial was shot inside of a closet.
So May 15th, the new Alamo Drafthouse opens at Sloan's Lake.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exciting.
I'm going to be going to the media event there, and I'll to preview it.
Yeah,
I'm going.
No, I'm going.
We're all
guys,
going.
we're all going except for Zach.
Yeah, no, it's exciting, except for the fact that it's far away from me, and I know that I'm going to end up splitting my time between the two to some degree. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to end up driving a lot.
It's like how I drive to the Alamo now.
No, I agree. But I think all of my favorite waiters are all going to the Sloan's Lake location. At least a lot of my favorite people are, yeah, because a lot of them live up north anyway. So like Steve and Kendall both live up north, and Clayton lives up north, and Katie lives up north.
Is Steve going down there?
Well, I mean, Steve runs them.
He's the creative director of both of them, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be at both, but it'll be easier for him to get to the Slums Lake one, so I assume he'll be up there more often.
There's times I'll leave the Bug Theater, and there'll be it'll be 10, so there'll be like a late showing at the Littleton Alamo.
Yeah.
And this will be great because then I can just like scoot on over.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not have to rush.
Absolutely.
To get to that showing.
No, that'd be cool.
So I also want to say, Corinne, we got your email, but it's really thought-provoking. So we will answer that next week. To tease a little bit, she's asking what do we believe is not our favorite film of all time, but we believe is the best film of all time. And there's lots of criteria for it, so I don't want to... So
we got to think about it a little. Yeah.
Because if you ask me what my favorite film of all time, it's easy. It's Army of Darkness.
No, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well,
no, it's Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Guys, you're all wrong. It's Jackie Brown.
Gross.
Whoa, gross. Blech.
I mean, that movie's good, but what?
You sick son of a bitch.
But is Army of Darkness the greatest movie of all time? Yes. But
well, no, Raiders of the Lost Ark is the greatest film ever made. I don't understand the conversation here, but yeah.
But so Corinne, it was a really great email, but we will answer it next week when we have something more prepared to say.
I'm going to answer it now. I'm going to get mine out of the way. I'm going to say there is no best movie of all time because art isn't quantifiable.
Boo.
Sorry. That's how I feel. I'm not going to pick one.
How did this blanket get so
When
wet?
did Art House Asshole get a son?
No doubt. Speaking of Art House Asshole, Henry wrote in.
Yeah.
And he saw the biggest anime of all time, money-wise. Your Name, period. Here's what Henry had to say about Your Name, period. Why is there a period at the end of Your Name?
I think the period is silent.
Is it?
Maybe
you don't say Your Name, period?
I don't usually say the periods at the ends of sentences, but
The Fate of the Furious, period.
Then don't put it in your stuff. But here's Henry.
I love art house movies. You can call me Mr. Asshole.
What's up, nerds? It's Henry giving you an update on Art House Asshole. This week we watched Your Name, which is a anime film. It's the highest-grossing anime film ever made. And it's gotten a lot of traction for that. I think it was definitely up for Best Animated Film this year at the Oscars, even though it was not nominated. Overall, I thought it was really, really good. It's I think if you need an anime fix and you don't want to watch just, like, the standard, like, anime that's released every week that is usually pretty bad, then I would check this one out. It's a good story, great character development, beautiful animation, everything in it is all the background animation is extremely well done. Overall, I like the story, I like the characters, I like how it overall unfolded. I think if you're not an anime person, you won't like it as much. It does have a lot of anime in Japan kind of standards. But besides that, I think it's overall great, and I think you should definitely check it out. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
I guess I should see a thing that everyone
It's super
else ever
popular.
saw. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big anime person. Brad, you're a bigger anime person than I am. When you see trailers for Your Name, period, did you want to see it?
I haven't seen trailers for it.
No?
I don't either.
I've seen the poster. That's
it's at
it.
the Alamo right now.
Yeah.
I think it's something about just how our existence is or something. Kind of like Arrival, you were talking about how it's like about your story.
Yeah, it is.
I think I read a paragraph or something that explained Your Name is something similar to that.
I really want to see Red Turtle.
Yeah.
The trailer for Red Turtle was more interesting to me than the
There's
poster
no dialogue
for
in that movie, right?
Right. Yeah. There's no dialogue at
It
all.
looks really pretty, too.
It does. Yeah. But as we all know from having all seen Avatar, just because it makes the most money at things doesn't mean it's really great. But maybe it is.
No.
Shit, that trailer's back on your TV, man.
That's what happens when you just do on demand, because
They just constantly show you trailers for Descendants 2.
the Disney stuff will, because they want you, since you're watching their stuff without commercials,
Yeah.
they're going to put their own commercials on.
Man. All right.
Brad, what's happening around town?
You know, I'd like to tell you, but the app for the Landmark Theaters is not quite displaying the midnights properly, so I'm going to guess it's something I don't really like again. And you should just go to the drive-in and watch either Power Rangers, Fate of the Furious, or Get Out again.
Well, or all three, right?
Or all three.
Right, that's the whole point.
Or one, if you're just not feeling adventurous. You know, that's a long stretch.
You could just go for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Or you could just go for Get Out.
Yep, just those two.
I think you're all right with either. Speaking of the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton, we see movies there, and this is what's playing at the Alamo Drafthouse next week.
Hi, I'm Nacho Vigalondo. Don't talk, don't text, otherwise I will travel back in time, will meet my other self, and we together will kick the shit out of you.
The Jurassic Park movie party will be there. So, you know, if you like Jurassic Park and good movies.
So hold on to your butts.
Yeah. Denver Silent Film Festival is also showing.
Cool.
That was my impression of a silent film.
The Last of the Mohicans beer dinner with Left Hand Brewery.
Ooh.
It'd be cooler if it was my left foot.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Hey, Last of the Mohicans is a cool movie.
Yeah, it is.
Just stay alive!
PBS Kids presents Explore the Outdoors. And Bethesda Softworks is showing The Matrix.
Yeah, they have a series right now that's all like movies that in some way inspired the new Prey sequel that's coming out. So that's why. They've done a couple. I think that recent viewing of Blade Runner was theirs as well. I think, but don't quote me on that.
Well, Bethesda branching out. Good for them. And that's what's playing at the Alamo Drafthouse next week.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I should have talked about the Film on the Rock schedule for 2017 was released this week. And,
but it's too late now.
I didn't, so we're not going to. No, so at Red Rock starting May 15th, they're opening with Superbad.
Awesome.
Which I really want to go to, but I already promised Steve that I would go see The Lure for the Alamo Film Club.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
There was a question posted on the Alamo Film Club Facebook page of what your favorite opening credits are. Superbads are some of my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, Catch Me If You Can is the right answer, but Superbad is also really good.
I said one of them.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah, Scott Pilgrim's really
answer.
good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Monday, May 22nd is Rogue One, so they're doing another Star Wars one this year.
Cool.
May 25th, something called Long Strange Trip, the premiere.
Drug movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like a hippie movie.
Okay. June 5th, Dirty Dancing. June 12th. They're going to pick a wedding film from the fans, so
it's Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Well, if it'd be The Wedding Singer.
Or 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Or The Wedding Planner.
Nah, it's probably Big Fat Greek Wedding.
What about Runaway Bride, guys?
Nope.
Yeah, it's probably Big Fat Greek Wedding.
What is a good... I guess The Wedding Singer is probably the best wedding movie I know of.
Yeah.
Or Wedding
I didn't
Crashers.
say best. I said most
Wedding
populist.
Crashers. They might pick Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crash would be fun.
Nope, it's going to be Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Do old people vote on the internet?
Yeah.
I'm just saying the most populist thing. It's that.
Yeah, with old people.
So.
No, with just everyone. That movie's good.
No, if you ask, okay, quick vote. Favorite wedding movie?
Whoa.
Probably Wedding Singer.
Favorite wedding movie?
Probably Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Favorite wedding movie?
None.
The Wedding Singer. The Wedding Singer wins.
Oh.
It's kind of unfair to ask Brad that question. He doesn't believe in love.
I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart.
What's
what's Darkness
that?
fans out here?
I believe in the power of love.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Cue theme song. June 19th, they're doing The Fifth Element. And then July 17th, I'll probably go to the Lego movie.
Oh, fun.
That'll be fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
July 20th, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And then...
No, it doesn't. It sounds
Here goes
fabulous.
On 9/11,
Thank you for getting it.
Twister.
Oh, that actually...
A disaster movie. Excellent choice, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
at
well-
Red Rocks. That might be fun, actually. I was telling James I really want to see Twister again.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
You know, they have that preview at the Alamo that shows Philip Seymour Hoffman and Bill Paxton together. I'm just like, oh, both those guys are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Times have changed, Brad.
One person didn't want to die.
The other one,
made his choice.
Yes.
So yeah, that's Film on the Rocks for 2017.
Fun. It's always fun.
Wasn't there another one they were going to pick or something? Like another fan pick or whatever? I thought.
It's not listed
at
on
the very
here,
end.
Maybe. They might add a show, but I don't know. September's pretty late.
Okay.
There's nothing in August, which is odd, so maybe that's it.
Okay.
Or maybe lots of rock shows are going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, John Mayer's coming, so I know me and Brad will be there.
Because you want to see his baddie?
No, no. Brad's body's a wonderland, so.
I want him to serenade me.
Yep.
You said that so sincerely.
Acting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here's a segment I call Real News, where we talk about movie news and such.
It's real news.
Well, then such is, hey guys, Avatar has official 2 has official release dates.
And 3, and 4, and 5.
Goody.
So you only have to wait to 2019 for Avatar 2.
Yeah.
And then I think it's 2025 is Avatar 5.
Yeah, it's like they do 2 in a row, and then they skip a couple years, and then they do a couple more.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
knows?
does anyone still care about Avatar?
Dude, if it makes $1 billion, yes.
I made $2.7 billion, so
I'm just I mean in profit. I mean in cold hard cash in hand.
Yeah, didn't that movie cost $1 billion though?
Yes. So when you make 2, you get $1 billion with a B. It's ridiculous.
$1 billion.
More important than Avatar can ever be, Vin Diesel and The Rock squashed their beef this week, which means that there is hope that another Fast and Furious movie will be fun because The Rock might still be in it.
Yeah, and then they announced today that The Rock and Jason Statham are spinning off for their own movie.
Which also means we no longer have to go see Fast and Furious movies, which is great.
Hey, you never turn your back on Fast and Furious movies.
No, the line is family.
I thought it was a movie.
And family. And just so everyone knows, I'm not family with Vin Diesel. But
Ryan oddly is.
Yes, and that's why I dislike him so much.
Yeah.
He's our redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
Or no-haired stepchild.
No And why is one of his ears like higher up on his head? It drives me crazy.
Well, God was kind of drunk that night.
And my wife thinks he's like attractive. I'm like, really, that dude? Well, I mean, I know she's married to me, but still, she thinks that dude's attractive.
She did compare you to him when I talked to her about it. She was like, I like shorter, bigger guys. And I was like, is that it? Really? We're comparing Ryan and Vin Diesel? I don't see it.
I mean, if I walk around, it's like, I think I'm tough. Here's my wife beater I'm wearing.
Don't take her.
By the way, Ryan,
don't
ever wear a wife beater when I'm around.
I'm not going to.
Don't take your foot off the
don't
tiger's
get any
neck.
ideas.
You took your foot off the tiger's neck.
What do you want from me? When he's really dramatic.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
Man, that movie's good. But no, in super awesome news, hey, Ryan, name directors we really like.
Sam Raimi.
Especially people who are close to Denver.
Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, name comic books that I love a whole lot.
Lock and Key.
Yeah, what if they did the move like a TV show and Scott Derrickson was the guy making it?
I'd say that sounds pretty perfect.
I do too. So apparently he's doing a pilot of Lock and Key for Hulu. Anybody who knows the saga of Lock and Key as a production thing knows that it's been a pilot before, and apparently a pilot that was so good that Fox said no.
But now you have stuff like Hulu where they can just put it on there and it doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. Well, and like single season TV shows are a lot bigger than they were back when Fox did that.
Mm-hmm.
But their argument was basically like, we don't understand how it can be a show because the first episode is so good that like there's clearly a finale here, so you're not going to be able to make this like a 7-season show.
Yeah, it's actually the story of Lock and Key and Scott Derrickson work really well together.
Oh, totally.
Because it's horror, but in a kind of the way he tells
a smart
horror.
way, yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
That makes me excited.
Yeah. No, it makes me very excited. But I mean, anything with Lock and Key makes me really excited.
He's a super talented filmmaker. So
yeah.
Good for him.
Hey, Brad, I'm pinned down. What's the other article that I had up? It's the second one. No, not that. Nobody cares about Martin Starr.
Bring me my.
But it's about Spider-Man. I think this guy cares about it.
Well, I guess so. Martin Starr's going to be in Spider-Man. Moving on.
Well, the article was about what he's doing in Spider-Man.
No, I know that was just the main page. I was scrolling through that. Anyway, they're making more X-Files, but none of us really care. Hopefully, the next one will be like better and make fans happier than the last set of episodes did.
Maybe it will.
People keep like asking for X-Files back, and they bring it back, and then they're terrible. Like, why do they keep doing? Like, we can't get more.
Here's the thing: is are they terrible or just fans?
Yeah, fans might be terrible.
Yeah, fans are obnoxious. Because we are some. I mean, not of X-Files, but just in general. So,
I think I'm pretty lenient.
I am too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's mostly news.
Speaking of directors, we like James Gunn is doing Guardians 3.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and
it's going to be the last of that team, as he says. He's talking like basically the first three are one big story arc.
Sounds
so once
about
that's
right
done,
because they're going to be in the Avengers too. So that's what 5 movies with them.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, and if you go, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy as a franchise is one where you can way more easily swap out characters.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I think you kind of gotta keep Rocket around for a while. Like Rocket and Groot are so adored that I don't know you can do much without them, but they're really easy to keep around. They're CG characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if you had to recast Groot?
I read an article today about Guardians too, and Vin Diesel was talking about how he really talked higher to be Baby Groot. And then James Gunn said, yeah, we had to use a little magic, but it's mostly Vin.
Yeah, I mean, we could still justify paying him and not just getting some dude.
I mean, that's a role he can do. I am Groot. Yeah. Fox announced 3 X-Men movies next year.
Yep.
Which
they announced
which
a
is
bunch of
really
shit.
crazy.
3 X-Men movies in 1 year?
Yeah, so New Mutants comes out.
Yeah, they're not all like prime X-Men movies.
But it's New Mutants, which comes out in like April. I'm like, shouldn't that be filming already?
Yes.
And then Deadpool, which we know is June. And then the Dark Phoenix saga will be November. Which, if you saw Apocalypse, you knew they were kind of going that way anyways.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of Apocalypse was the kids, so should be in good shape.
Yeah,
oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
No, I'm just kidding. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender were the best part of that movie. Actually, I liked Oscar
I liked the
Isaacs.
kids in the movie. They weren't bad. They weren't
Dialogue was horrible.
They were better than Jennifer Lawrence was in the movie.
I'm okay if we move on from X-Men. I like that part at the end of Logan, spoilers, where the X-Men are all dead. That's pretty good.
Sean cry. X-Men are dead?
There's lots of cool movies coming out on Blu-ray next week.
There
This is
are.
what's coming out on Blu-ray.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
La La Land is getting a 4K release. So I already have that pre-ordered.
The Steelbook is beautiful.
Oh, is
Gotta
it?
get that
Oh,
Blu-ray in the
yeah, it's the one where they're dancing on the piano keys. Is that what that is?
It's like a kind of canary color.
Oh,
When in the epilogue sequence, when they emerge in like before Paris,
Yeah.
it's like a white stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah. No, the thing I'm thinking of was actually like some fan art that I saw that was really cool. That looked like a Steelbook cover. Cool. Similarly, not really. Underworld Blood Wars is getting a 4K release.
Sweet, I can complete my collection.
You can, and if you haven't started your collection, that's okay, because the Ultimate Collection comes out this week as well on Blu-ray,
Goody.
which only has the... Oh, no, it does have Blood Wars in it. Never mind. So you can get all 4 Underworld movies and all 5 of them. Sorry, there are 5. Right? No, there's 4.
5.
There's 5. Okay. You can have all 5 and then really only enjoy the first one because it's pretty good. The Girl with All the Gifts is out this week, which is a...
It's a book that my wife read, says I should read, but I ordered the movie, so I'll watch it with her.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I saw this on a short list of like 5 amazing movies from this year that people have already missed.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a kind of interesting, kind of zombie movie.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty interested in it. I want to check it out. Criterion is releasing Tampopo. I don't know what that is. And they're also releasing Rumblefish, which is an awesome title. All right, here we go. Kaltiki the Immortal Monster is coming out from Arrow, which is a pretty awesome movie with a skull on the front. Or I don't know if the movie's awesome. I just know that the cover is awesome.
Cool name too.
Everything is in green. Yeah, Kaltiki. From hell it came from the Warner Brothers archive.
I was reading like a synopsis of it. It's literally like a killer tree.
Dude, this poster is drawn by a 6-year-old.
I know, it's awesome.
Holy shit. Frightmare, born of jungle witchcraft, created by a curse. The tree's got like a sword in it or some shit.
I'm a sucker for like B movie titles.
Right.
Like
like
that A Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night. I love that name.
But you'll never see that movie.
Probably not. But I think the title's really cool.
It looks like if Groot lost his mind.
It does, yeah. And everything's got skulls on it. There's like crosses in the background with little skulls. The sword's got a skull on it.
Skulls are scary.
Yeah, skulls everywhere. Dark Waters, a film by Marion Byrne or something. I don't know. It's some kind of thing. It's got like a skull on the cover or something, like a snake skull. It looks like something. Man from La Mancha is getting a Blu-ray release this week. The old Peter O'Toole
movie that every filmmaker should watch.
Yeah,
to learn about hubris.
Django.
I like Terry Gilliam a little bit.
Yeah. Django Prepare a Coffin is getting an Arrow release this week.
Wait, DJANGO?
Yeah, Django.
Okay, so it's a Django movie.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's Django Prepare a Coffin.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. It's got him on the front, and he's got like a Gatling gun thing, and he's shooting it.
Yeah, sounds like a Django movie.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Django Unchained. That's completely different.
Is this the first time Secret Life of Pets is on Blu-ray, or was it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say it was just buried way deep on digital bits, and I was like, that's weird.
Where have you been?
Starring WWE superstars, the Marine 5 Battleground is out this week. So if you want to see what happened to the Marine 3 and 4?
I didn't know there was a second one.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, I knew there was a second one.
It must be a big moneymaker for WWE Studios.
Yeah. All right. The Other Hell from Severin.
We talked about this.
It's a movie where one witch is afraid and the other witch is also afraid and has blood on her. Or not witch. I'm saying witch when I mean nuns. Big difference. There's a couple of nuns and a sword and a bird. I just like the title The Other Hell. I think that's pretty good. But without a doubt, the best title of the week, Screaming Skull, is out this week on Blu-ray
from our friends at Scream Factory.
Free. We guarantee to bury you without charge if you die of screaming during Screaming Skull. What? The tortured ghost who claimed vengeance in the bride's bedroom. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Warning, this ghost will haunt you forever.
That cover's badass.
It is. It's got a giant skull on it.
With like a half-naked chick on it.
Yeah, she's in bed, and she's like, she's been sleeping soundly, having a great time, and all of a sudden she wakes up, skull. Giant screaming skull.
He's not just a skull, though. He's got a bone hand.
He does have a giant bone hand. You're right.
Is it a boner?
No. It's a giant bone hand. It's just all giant bone fingers.
It's a giant boner. He's got 4 of them.
Nice.
He does. And a bone thumb.
Nice. One for every orifice.
Wait. Anyway.
Ears. Butthole.
Vagina, all right, moving on.
Nose.
Yeah. So this is your chance to pick up Screaming Skull, which has the coolest title. Holy shit! Oh,
this is stuff we've been watching.
So this is the stuff we've been watching.
Zach, what'd you watch this week?
You're gonna really hate me because this is gonna be monotonous as shit. I'm almost done with MSD3K: The Return. I finally started the Star Crash one that Brad was talking about last week. That was really funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought that Avalanche was even funnier than Star Crash, just because of Rock Hudson essentially being a creeper.
Yeah.
I love how long it takes for the avalanche to happen.
Oh yeah.
They keep calling it like, oh, a bit avalanche. Nope.
not happening.
And then it happens, and it's awesome because it kills like everybody on the resort.
It's just styrofoam. Like it's just little shots of miniature styrofoam falling.
But my favorite, I have a new favorite episode of it, and it's actually Wizards of the Lost Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's the one that I started, right?
Yeah. Oh no, you started 2.
No, I started 1.
Okay, you started 1.
Yes.
With the giant fluffy snuggle bear thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Ridiculous.
pretty fun. It's like a movie with Bo Svensson that's like Lord of the Rings ish, I guess. I don't really.
That's mean to Lord of the Rings. It's more like never-ending story-esque.
Okay, fine. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
But the cameos that have popped up have been pretty cool. Jerry Seinfeld's cameo is pretty awesome. Neil
NPH.
Patrick Harris's is
I'm
really
doing
good.
a cameo. That's where you show up and you leave really fast.
Jerry! He does, actually. That's exactly what happens. Man, you've seen it.
Yeah. So that was fun. That's all I've had time to watch this week. So.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
Brad?
I think that's all I watched too. I'm stuck on the sequel, Wizards of the.
Wizards. I finished that one up.
I keep falling asleep watching it.
Yeah.
I do that too.
It's not that the MS2 guys are boring. It's just
No,
it's been a rough week, and
I watch them while I fall, like when I'm going to bed, and so sometimes like halfway through I'll fall asleep, and then I'll wake up to like some woman screaming like somebody help, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I realize it's my TV. I'm like, oh shit. Guess she's not such a bad actress after all.
yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
All right.
Actually, while I'm at it, I forgot to say, Scoot McNairy was on a podcast recently, and he said that the last season of *Halt and Catch Fire*, season 4 will be the last one.
No.
So,
Okay.
we were speculating.
We
like,
must trust
couple
Scoot
weeks ago.
McNairy's
I'll be all right.
glorious name and
That's
his
a shame,
knowledge.
but
I'll be all right.
I guess now that they're in their 90s, there is very little they can go.
Yeah.
And since all the characters have screwed each other over at this point
Yeah.
in every combination.
I would rather that it end on a high note.
Will they ever catch fire?
It might.
Okay.
It might. Yeah. I think it may already have happened.
They have like another 10 episodes to figure it out.
I mean, unless they
We-
stop first.
We skipped over the fire. Bah.
Hey, we didn't,
First they have to stop. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
We didn't start the fire?
Anything else? You good?
Nah, a lot of
Okay.
Zelda.
Welcome back to We Only Watched MST3K and Played Zelda.
Yeah, so I watched a whole lot of MST3K this week. No, but I was also gone last week, so I've got some things to catch up on. I finished watching 5 Came Back, which is the Netflix documentary
What did you think?
about the big famous directors who went to World War II and made a whole lot of films.
Can you even remember their names?
Yeah, Frank Capra, George Stevens, and the other ones.
James just like pissing me off.
Ford and Houston, and who's the other one?
William Wyler.
Yeah, Wyler, right.
William Wyler.
Anyway.
Your boy Spielberg was talking about Wyler.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah.
So I thought you would have been like, guys, did you ever hear about William Wyler? Spielberg likes him. So therefore.
All of it is really good, and I highly recommend it. It's, basically, it's really just a 3-hour documentary. I don't know why they split it up into 3 episodes.
I don't know.
But no, it's really interesting. I think it's totally worth checking out. And especially that the whole section when Stevens gets to Dachau and they're talking about like, well, that, and then also their conversation about was it Houston or Ford? I think it was Ford who did the documentary about the soldiers' PTSD after they got back.
No, that's Houston.
Was it Houston? Okay.
That's Houston.
That was also
Ford
fascinating.
Ford was shooting footage of D-Day and then got so freaking
that he basically got
freaked
fired.
out that he went on a 3-day bender and was found belligerently yelling at his superior officers, so they sent his ass back to the States.
Yeah. No, it's really fascinating and doesn't shy away from telling the truth about certain things. Like, I think especially their conversations about the way that that the Japanese were portrayed and how that was so different from the way that Germans were portrayed, even in these films that these guys were making, was really fascinating, and so it's definitely worth checking out.
And if you'll notice, I think it's nearly all the films that are mentioned on that documentary series are now available on Netflix as well.
Oh, really?
And
that's smart.
The way you can find them is just if you watched 5 Came Back, you will also and it's in the suggestions.
Oh, cool.
They're all there, so you can see the PTSD. Like right up till now, the only way to see the PTSD,
because that wasn't released.
Yeah, the only way to see it up to this point is if you bought the Master on Blu-ray, because it is included in there.
It's included in the Master?
Yeah, the Blu-ray of the Master, because that movie inspired Paul Thomas Anderson's first part of the film, where they're being examined on the boat. Regardless of what you think of the movie, that's it's pretty parallel.
It actually makes me like the Master more.
I've been watching The Office, and one of my favorite jokes is when Dwight says his grandfather was a hero in World War II, where he killed 20 people and then spent the rest of the time in an Allied POW camp.
Oh. So I also, since I wasn't here last week, I got to go see Fate of the Furious. I actually saw it twice, which probably tells you something about my enjoyment of Fate of the Furious. Also, it was just because I had a certain number of people that I had to go with.
Well, you're just obsessed with family.
Right.
I turned my back on it a long time ago.
That movie's dumb as shit.
Yup.
And at times it's pretty great. When I saw it the first time, I was actually kind of disappointed because I was like, oh man, I don't know, there's a lot of shit in there that it just wasn't as big, and it's because I always go to them thinking oh man, maybe this one will be good like Fast 5, and then it's not genuinely good like Fast 5. It's just over the top and silly. Mm-hmm. And the second time I watched it was also with a larger audience, and so the silliness of it was a lot more entertaining and fun.
It's intoxicating.
It totally is. I mean, holy shit! There's when the cars all magically show up at the end to save Dom, I lose my shit. Mm-hmm. It's just so stupid and hilarious.
I was on the show when I was on the show last week. I just can't handle that much Vin Diesel. I can't.
Oh, that's the thing. The best things about the movie are The Rock and Jason Statham.
Oh yeah, when Statham is at the end with the baby is awesome.
So good. I mean, that's why I wasn't kidding earlier when I was like, oh yeah, we could stop seeing Fast and Furious movies if they just spin off Hobbs and what's his face.
My favorite moment in that entire movie is it's during the Statham baby sequence. They close in on him, and he ducks down to check to see if the kid's okay, and he goes, "Was that you?" Well, him.
Oh,
it was him.
My favorite one is, "Where's that smile?" There it is. It's so cute.
Worst line though. There's something wrong with your plan. What is it? I'm the only one with a parachute.
No, the worst line is, "You took your foot off the tiger's neck."
Oh God, that was a pretty stupid line.
God, everything that Vin Diesel says is terrible. For Good Friday a week and a half ago, or a week ago.
I watched Friday.
No. Though my pastor did reference the movie Friday during our Easter service.
Did he say it's Friday? You ain't got no job.
No, he said bye, Felicia.
Just light up a joint in the church.
No, he said bye, Felicia, which is you have to have seen Friday anyway.
Yeah.
It was interesting. So on Easter I went with my mom to go see The Case for Christ, which I hadn't seen a trailer for, and was like, oh great, a Christian movie. This will make me pull my hair out for 2 hours. I'm not doing anything else today. Why not? I need a haircut. So I went and saw it. It's actually really good. And the reason is, well, it's pretty well written, and the characters are well acted. But the thing is, unlike most of these garbage films, the point here isn't, and it's too bad because the title makes you think it's just God's Not Dead again.
He's surely alive.
Right. So it's not that movie at all. It's actually a movie about a husband and wife, and the real tension of the film is she starts going to church and he's a staunch atheist and is trying to disprove what she believes. And most of the drama is about how it's testing their relationship, and these really good, genuine arguments between the two of them where, they've been in love for all of this time, and now they don't understand each other, and they're not listening to each other really well. And then there's also this whole subplot that has nothing to do with Christ that is about, him. What did he say?
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two
separate but equally important groups.
The
police who investigate crimes and the attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories. Gung gung.
I can't do it.
But no, so there's this whole subplot in a very... honestly, it kind of feels like a not anywhere near as good... Like, this is really bombastic for me to say, but it kind of feels like a Christian version of Zodiac.
What?
I'm just talking about in the way that it is structured and what it's really about, right? You think it's about one thing, and it's really about this guy's obsession.
Okay.
It's really about this guy's obsession as he moves forward. It's not about how Christ is
Christ is the Zodiac killer.
is slowly murdering people in San Francisco.
Brian,
No.
you missed it. Christ is the Zodiac killer.
No. I just mean it's really about this one guy's obsession, and I think it's actually worth checking out. It's one of the better things that I mean, out of the 20 movies I've seen this year, it's one of the 10 better ones I've seen. Yeah, I was really surprised. I would go so far as to say it's the best direct-to-Christian film that I have seen.
It's different from
maybe
direct-to-video.
ever. Yeah.
All I know is not enough Christians came out last week to make it my best performer for my lineup.
So
yeah,
yeah,
I was genuinely pretty impressed and happy that by the end I wasn't like pulling my hair out. So anyway, and then the very last thing is that Fargo came back this week. And no surprise,
and twice a Ewan McGregor.
I know.
It's a really funny advertising stuff they do. It's like Ewan McGregor and Ewan McGregor,
and it's really good. Like the makeup they do for the two of them is subtle. They play brothers. So one of them is
a parking lot impresario, I think.
Well, we don't know that yet, but basically they. Like when their father died and they split stuff up, he ended up sort of maybe conning his brother out of some stuff, and so one of them had these stamps that he was able to sell, made a bunch of money, and used that to launch a career and build this whole business. And his brother ended up with the Corvette, which was just a Corvette, and so his brother is sort of is just a like a parole officer. And the sort of jealousy between them is what's sparking the whole Fargo-esque crime story. It's set in 2010. Doesn't seem to have any real connection to any other season, which is fine. I mean, even season 2, the connection is not super important. I was so excited. There's a thing that happens. So the first episode is an hour and a half on television. It's 60 minutes long if you watch it recorded, and there's a thing that happens near the end that is so perfectly Fargo, and a guy gets killed in a way that is so
I am actually aware of what you're talking about.
Violent and awesome and shocking, and it happens. You're like, you can't do that on television.
But you can, and they did.
Oh, and it gets me so excited for where the season's going. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in the show this
really
season,
good from what I've seen.
and she's
pretty
awesome. Yeah, there's a scene where
Ewan
she's
McGregor gives her ice cream.
What?
Ewan McGregor gives her ice cream.
Yes, but there's just she's got this really great thing going on where you don't necessarily know how much you trust her, but she's really good at clearly conning the people around her. And then I think her name is Carrie Coon. She's in The Leftovers. She plays the woman whose whole family died in The Leftovers or disappeared. And she's great in that show. And here she is the female police officer with a son. And she seems really good. I mean, she's not your usual hyper innocent Fargonian woman, but still there's something about her that's really intriguing that I like. I think this first episode is more promising than season 2 was for sure. I'm really excited about it. And Ewan McGregor is awesome. His two characters are distinct and cool, and the way they do the makeup makes you understand that which one you're looking at really quickly. It's really great. I love the way that it's written. So yeah, I can't say enough about this first episode, and I'm really excited for the new season. So if you're not watching Fargo, you should be watching Fargo. So anyway, that's everything I got this week. Ryan?
Brad, you had one more thing?
Yeah, I remembered it while James was talking. I saw Actor Martinez.
Oh, yes.
Which is a Denver film. It premiered at the Denver Film Festival. Maybe it didn't premiere, but it was at the Denver Film Festival last year. They screened at the Alamo this week. Arthur Martinez, who's been on the show before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's the star of the movie, and it revolves around him and his career, and it's a meta-narrative where they're improvising the movie based on his life. And it's really hard to tell what is real and what isn't.
It's not reality.
And there's a part in the movie where the directors come off as so despicable. You wonder why they would let it. You'd think it'd have to be fake.
Yeah.
But they perform it so convincingly that you're just sitting there wondering, is this actually them, or is this part of the movie? And they're just kind of breaking down who Arthur is. Most of the movie revolves around him. They start just filming him, trying to see what his life is like. So he'll be at film events, and there's a lot of local people. If you go to EFPs and stuff, you'll recognize in it. And then not much is happening, so the directors decide, hey, let's go find him an actor to play his girlfriend, but who's very much like his ex-wife, to screw with him. And so they build a relationship for him, and then it starts to walk the line of, is it a real relationship or is it just acting? And even in the Q&A, Arthur wasn't sure what they were trying to do, but it's a fascinating watch to see raw someone's life, but also fictional, but also maybe real.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a part where they want him to cry in a scene, but he can't cry, and he admits he just doesn't cry. It's just not something he's capable of doing, even as an actor.
Yeah.
So then they start pushing his buttons and telling the female actress to call him out on something, and then you see them fight in the scene, and it looks like an actual fight. And then Arthur starts calling her out on her acting career, and you're like, does Arthur know it's fake?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like he does. Wow. But she doesn't give in to it, and what else? Yeah, it's really.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's not great, but it's just fascinating to see something that walks this line of reality and fiction. So if you get a chance to see it, check it out.
I don't want to see people yell at Arthur.
He's a nice guy.
I know.
Yeah.
I said him. I didn't realize until right now. I was like, oh, actually, I don't. This sounds bad. I don't want to see Arthur get yelled at. I don't want to see Arthur cry.
That's okay.
Did you see a movie where people yelled at Zach Eastman?
Yeah.
He has no soul.
I think I made one.
Oh, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you would recommend it?
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
it's something different for sure.
No, that's cool.
Ryan?
That's really cool.
Oh, fuck! Finally, jeez.
You made that happen.
I watched a few things. Adam Sandler's new movie, Sandy Wexler, is on Netflix.
I actually want to see this one.
And it's...
Does he have a funny voice?
He does.
Weird mannerisms?
He does. It's actually loosely based on his actual manager in the 1990s. So it takes place in 1990s, and Adam Sandler plays this manager named Sandy Wexler, and he's a guy who constantly lies to make his clients feel better. My kid's pushing the dog's food bin around. It's
impressive that that's even able to be that loud. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
so he just tells his clients what they want to hear. So he'll lie to make his clients feel better. And there's these funny bits where he talks to Arsenio Hall, and Arsenio Hall leaves like, that guy's going to be on TV forever. And it's just, it's not like, it's more akin to his like Funny People and his not so goofy humor stuff.
The less outrageous stuff.
Yeah, it's more of, there is still like the Adam Sandler stuff that sneaks in.
Sure.
But it's more of a character study. And he just plays a guy who, the big arc in the film is he meets Jennifer Hudson is performing at Magic Mountain, and he falls in love with her voice, and he falls in love with the person, and she is so popular that she eventually starts getting too big for him, and they have this mutual love for each other, and it's actually a really sweet movie, and they earn the love they have. And it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
Oh shit!
So it's like it's a drama comedy, and I mean it has a goofy like Nick Swartzen and Rob Schneider characters in it, of course.
Sure.
But once you get past that, I mean it's pretty funny, and I enjoyed it. It didn't seem like it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. It went by pretty quickly.
Does anyone encourage him that he can do it?
No.
I'm in.
Rob Schneider plays like so Sandy Wexler lives in this $1 billion mansion, but he can only stay in the like cabana house, and he's not allowed to swim in the pool. And Rob Schneider's character he's like this billionaire like Iranian who never comes to town, but he's always watching him through cameras. So every time they do something, he knows about it, and so every once in a while he'll be just sitting there. He's like, I forget his character's name. He's like, he knows. It's all right. But
All
there's some pretty funny little bits in it.
Cool.
Terry Crews is in it.
Shit.
And there's a lot of famous people. It starts off, it's kind of shot as a documentary. So it has like in-camera interviews with Judd Apatow, Conan O'Brien.
Awesome.
David Spade. Pretty much all his normal guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to see Adam Sandler as not, the guy from Ridiculous Six or Little Nicky and stuff.
That's exactly what I want.
So... I don't know if you'll like it, James. I think you will.
Okay.
I think people should give it a try. It's definitely his best Netflix movie.
Yeah, I understand going in that it is not made by Judd Apatow or Spanglish.
It's not like Spanglish or Punch Drunk Love.
Right.
But it's in the same vein.
It's. Would you say it's closer to a 50 First Dates?
Yes, but a little more drama.
Great. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I also watched a movie called Demented, which is a Scream Factory. We talked about it last week. It's that lady who has like the knife, and it's like demented, but they like ran out of space on the. But that's actually like the theatrical poster. I was looking it up, and it's about this lady who I don't know if you've ever seen I Spit on Your Grave. So it's about this lady who gets.
That's the one with the ass on the cover.
Yes, this lady gets raped at the beginning by these dudes. And she has to go to a psychiatric hospital, and when she comes out, she believes she's always going to be attacked by somebody. And her husband is having an affair, and it's one of the video nasties from the UK, if you know anything.
Oh, okay.
The United Kingdom outlawed a lot of movies.
Yep.
It's actually really not that violent.
But it's the
context of the film.
Context and what you put inside your own head.
Yeah, so... she's tormented by these three dudes in like Satan masks and jester masks. You don't know if they're real or not.
No, I was just gonna ask.
And then at the end, she kind of snaps and spoilers. She starts killing them, and they're real.
Cool.
It's not very. There's some pretty gory stuff in it, but it takes a really long time for it to get going.
So it's what was it made in the 70s or
80s? Early 80s.
Early
so
80s,
it has that pace to it. It's not a great movie. It's not horrible either. It's somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
If you like exploitation films, you'd probably like it. Yeah.
Well, I do, so.
Yeah, if you want to borrow it, it's pretty interesting.
But to be fair, I Spit on Your Grave, the original one is not necessarily one I want to watch again.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not as hardcore as that.
Okay.
Yeah, it deals more with, there's more drama. It's, she's dealing with the effects of this being attacked.
Right.
And then her husband's cheating on her with this other lady. And that's basically 2/3 of the movie.
Okay.
It's just drama.
And maybe I'll borrow it from you at some point.
Yeah, and then she kills people with a meat cleaver, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, Don't don't hurt women.
Okay.
Because they'll come after you with a meat cleaver.
Deal.
Yeah. And the last thing I watched is for my Emily Blunt-a-thon, I watched The Girl on the Train again.
Oh, cool.
And I have to say, I really liked it a lot more the second time.
Did you? I don't remember. Did you not like it much?
I did like it the first time, but I was like, it's like a thriller.
Yeah.
But I listened to Tate Taylor was the director, and he did The Help, and he has a really interesting commentary on it. And what I didn't know what he did, and as I watched it, then I listened to his commentary. He shot each one of the women differently, and I didn't even pick up on it. That's how dumb I am sometimes. Like I didn't even pick up on it right away. So if you watch the Emily Blunt stuff, is always really close to her face, lots of close-ups because she's an unreliable source telling the story. So it's always going to be her point of view.
We don't get any context.
The Justin Theroux's wife, Anna, is always
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, it's always on like handy cam, so it's smooth and everything seems right, and the colors are brighter. And then I can't remember what's
Haley Bennett.
Haley Bennett. Hers is also that way, but she's always running away, so she's like a little farther in the frame, and there's and so
lighter.
Yeah, a little lighter. So, and Rebecca Ferguson always has something in frame in front of her because she's being blocked from what's really happening and doesn't see who her husband. It's really fascinating. And so I like the movie more, and then I appreciate even more how thoughtful he was in shooting the film.
Would you say that part of why you liked it more is because knowing where it's going?
Yeah,
like it's more fun to like put the pieces together.
Yeah,
now you know.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And I mean, Emily Blunt's amazing in the movie. Yeah. So, because
oh man, that movie's good. Yeah,
yeah, because you watch it, and you actually. I don't know, buddy. Where's Goofy going? When you watch it, you do think maybe she is, behind everything. Yeah. What did you watch this week, buddy? What movie did you watch?
Probably Finding Dory.
Finding Dory.
Yeah. Okay.
What did Dory do?
It drives the big foot.
Yeah.
All he cares about is the truck scene.
Yeah, he loves the truck scene where it crashes at the end.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I watched this week. And so yeah, if you haven't seen The Girl on the Train, check it out.
Check it
and
out.
then
It's good.
Listen to the commentary because Tate Taylor's really good.
Stay tuned for the sequel, The Guy on the Plane.
The Guy on the Plane. This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we were fortunate enough to see Colossal, but not just Colossal. We saw a special screening of it. That this is how cool. I was thinking as I was driving to work yesterday, as how cool Steve is, and he thinks outside the box. Bringing in Joe Kelly
and Walter. It was Walter Chaw, who's the general manager here in Denver. He was sort of the guy who first put the pieces together.
Yeah, and so I Kill Giants is one of my most favorite graphic novels by one of my most favorite comic book writers, Joe Kelly, and they brought him out to talk about I Kill Giants and the parallels to Colossal. And he's such a sweet man.
He's just so nice.
He is. He spent time with us again, and he is really nice. But anyways, Zach, should people go see Colossal?
Yeah, I was very surprised by this film. I thought Anne Hathaway was great in it. I think Jason Sudeikis it's probably the best performance he has given ever. It's a different type of monster movie, and I really encourage people to go seek it out. So,
Brad, should people go see Colossal?
As many times as I saw the trailer, it was so close to just me wanting to hate it so much, but I watched it, and it's great. So
you wanted to hate it because you saw the trailer so many times that you thought it
was saturated so much. Like, this clever take on a thing that you love. You'll be blown away.
But the trailer isn't really what the movie is.
Yeah, the trailer is not what the movie is.
Yeah,
and that's great.
I can totally see where you're coming from. Yeah. No,
James.
Yeah. Absolutely. You should. This is one of those that we saw it 2 days ago, and I've been thinking about it, off and on ever since, because there's a lot of really interesting layers here, and there's not always really neat, easy answers to some of the questions that the movie is posing, which I think is really great. And it's this high concept kind of thing. I absolutely think that people should go see it.
Shot very cleverly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. This movie is very cool.
And
it's the trailers make you believe that it's this. Hey, this is this fun romp where Anne Hathaway's dancing, and what is it? Dancing like this, and
what kind of drunk things is she gonna get into in this movie?
Yeah, you kind of expect like they're gonna find a reason for there to be another monster for her to fight, you know, and it'll just be like a corny kind of like, oh, she can control it with this thing, you know.
Yeah, and the turn it takes is pretty severe, and then it takes another turn that is even more hardcore. But here's the misleading trailer for Colossal.
And I do want to say before we play it, this is 100% one of those movies that I do not think you should listen to our review. If you really want to see it, like, you should go into this without the spoilers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, when it happens, you want to be able to experience that right. So for sure, go if you haven't seen the trailer, watch the trailer before we review it, because I want to make sure that you don't get it ruined. So
you don't remember anything last night, huh?
I got really melodramatic, didn't I?
You told me that you weren't really on a vacation. That you've been looking for a job for a year, and your boyfriend didn't work out.
You are out of control.
What?
I've packed your things. They're in the bedroom.
What?
And since you didn't have any money, you decided to move back here.
Is there anything else?
Don't you remember anything?
The unprecedented nature of this.
Don't you get that tingle? You know you're watching something that's going to change the course of history. You all right?
It's this nervous tick I have. I get this itch. Oh my God.
Thing appeared. Same place, exact same time. But it just made a bunch of weird hand gestures.
I'm gonna show you guys something.
It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.
Ow! What was that? What was that?
A helicopter.
With the pilot and everything? I feel terrible.
Give him a good show.
Keep it cool. Oh my God, those people are looking at us.
She's the monster.
So, Colossal tells a story of what's Anne Hathaway's character's name?
Anne Hathaway.
Gloria.
Gloria.
Barbara.
Thank you. Gloria. She is a drunk, and it affects everything she does. She used to be a writer. She doesn't write anymore. She lives with a handsome man named Dan Stevens.
Yeah.
And, the first scene is him getting rid of her because she was out all night partying, and her friends come over after he kicks her out.
Like they're all sitting outside waiting for him to leave so they can come in and have a party in her apartment.
And what's interesting about this scene is it sets up that Dan Stevens' character is the victim here, of her partying, her not taking responsibility for her life, and he's the responsible one. He's like, get out of the house. You're out all morning. I don't know where you're at. You don't answer your phone. You have these excuses. You're not a good person when you drink.
Yeah.
And so then she goes home to her parents' house in upstate New York.
Maine.
Meadhead. Meanhead.
Maine.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of the name of the town.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Meadhead.
And there she's walking home after she's passes out in the house, and she's picked up by Jason Sudeikis' character, who owns a local bar in town.
That whole sequence is interesting because she's all of a sudden carrying this like giant box in a sack, like dragging it across the whole town, and I'm like, what the fuck is she? What is this? Only to realize the whole sequence in that first act where she keeps like waking up in dumb places or like she literally falls asleep because she's too tired to inflate her inflatable mattress
or too drunk
too tired and too drunk. I thought that was hilarious, but Yeah, and you meet Jason Sudeikis, and doesn't he seem nice?
Yeah.
What a nice guy to come and help her out. He's going to give her some furniture and shit. That'll be really great.
And then it takes this really weird, this dark turn where Jason Sudeikis' character, you seem like he's helping her.
Yeah.
Here's this job. I'm going to give you this TV. And as the story starts unfolding, you see it's actually a way of controlling her.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes this really, really dark turn. I guess we should say that she finds out she's a monster, and she controls this monster by stepping into this playground. Yeah. And she's actually heartbroken because she's killing people.
Yeah.
And that affects
which is
her.
explained the monster is in Seoul, Korea.
Yeah,
Seoul,
so
Korea.
Anytime she, at the right time of day, if she walks across this playground,
8:05,
this monster will terrorize Seoul, Korea in the same way that she walks across the playground. And yeah, I mean that scene when she wakes up having done it again while really drunk, and she's like just destroyed by the idea of like, how many people did I kill, and what, like, it is this really genuine. I mean, that's when the movie really reveals itself as being about her alcoholism and all of that. And you think like, oh, okay, I know what this movie is now. It's going to be, pretty simple and straightforward, and she's going to have to, the monster is the monkey on her back, and she's got to beat it. And it's so much more than that.
Because then you find out Jason Sudeikis shows up as a giant robot.
Yeah.
He has, for some reason, these two people have this ability to do that. Mm-hmm. At the beginning, you think it's, oh, cool, she's not alone. And then you start peeling away the layers of his character, and he is not a good person.
Yeah. To be fair, no one in this movie is a good person.
Oh, yeah, no. It's
like, there's genuinely not a...
Well, it's his
stable.
His one friend that Anne Hathaway sleeps with doesn't seem like he's a bad guy.
Well, except for the fact that he
doesn't stand up for
he's
her.
The bully's friend who stands there and is impartial, right? Like,
yeah,
because even like, right, I'm being critical of her. Yes, she is an alcoholic, but at least she has an arc where she has to figure out how to love herself and get better. But I think the most impressive thing to me was not just how crazy and awesome Jason Sudeikis' turn is, but how subtle Dan Stevens' character is.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, like, you want him to be there to help, and he's not an absolute asshole. He just doesn't see how he's an asshole.
Yeah, because even then, because he's like, oh, I have a meeting, and that's like that cheesy romantic comedy thing. Oh, he's coming back to win her back. But then he says that line. Great. What is he? I said something about her working in a bar.
Yeah.
He's just really mean about it.
He's condescending about that, and then you realize, like, he's not actually, he wants her to be the version of her that he wants her to be. He's not actually, like, out for her.
Both men
for
are
her
trying
best,
to impose
best interest.
their vision onto this girl.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
his
is
abusive.
His isn't. Yeah, his is abusive in a
psychological way.
Yeah, and a subtle and non, like, it's not intentional. Like, I don't believe he knows healthy, he's doing. I agree. But, like, unlike Jason Sudeikis, who fucking knows for a fact what he's doing, doesn't know why he's an ass, doesn't know why he's an evil person, but is one. Dan Stevens isn't naturally evil, but he's an asshole. Yeah, like, he's a dick and doesn't realize necessarily why he's being one. Mm-hmm. And I think that, to me, is such a fascinating character.
Yeah, because you realize too, when I realized how controlling Sudeikis' character was, is when his friend showed up after he got drunk and had all that other stuff.
Yes.
And
you're talking about the cocaine scene.
Yeah. Well, the cocaine scene. Then the next scene, because in the next morning she woke up and he's like, "Oh, I have all this stuff for your house," and she goes and sees him.
Yes.
He's like,
"Oh, yes,
I'm sorry." And then the next scene is him saying, "You leave," and this is going to happen every morning, where he just murders thousands of people. And it's the way it's shot. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's just him stomping on the playground, but you know what he's doing, and it's heartbreaking.
It's amazing.
There's my god, that scene in the bar where he pulls out the firecracker. That was like some like severe Christoph Waltzian acting there, where he's not being like mwahaha evil. He's just straight up like batshit crazy evil.
Yeah, it's weird because the
he's
movie,
like, Joe, you might want to get out of here.
It's a moment where the movie really like hopes that the audience comes with you, right? Like, because it's a pretty weird, really swinging for the fences when like this guy's gonna burn this place down, and you kind of have to go with it because it seems like a stretch at first, but when you kind of realize like, oh well, this is also a guy who's willing to murder everyone
in Seoul.
Yeah, it starts to make sense, but
yeah, and that the final scene where he's so like spoiler, we're in spoiler territory. Obviously.
Oh yeah, we've spoiled everything.
There's a twist, like it's a second turn in the movie where Anne Hathaway realizes what she can do to stop Jason Sudeikis. So she travels all the way to Seoul, Korea, and stands in the exact same place where she's triangulated, where it correlates with the monster's first appearance and the playground vicinity. And she ends up showing up in the town in Maine as the monster and grabbing Jason Sudeikis and lifting him up. And, like, Jason Sudeikis is crying and he's like, "Let me go, you fucking bitch!" And then she just flings him across the sky.
I was not expecting that.
It was really so funny.
Yeah.
I love it when, like, it was so surprising because I was sitting there before that scene going, like, how is she going to beat this thing? Like, he's really got her.
But then you like
over a
connect
barrel.
the dots together, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't think about that before." But that,
as she's like, when you figure out after she tells off Dan Stevens, he's like, "You owe me an explanation." Like, I don't owe you an explanation, which was great.
Yes.
But then you realize she's in Seoul, and you're like, "Oh, I know what she's gonna do." That's an awesome twist.
it is, and it's always like right in front of your face throughout this entire movie, but you're not tapping into it.
Yeah. I mean, you're so worried about what Sudeikis is up to.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this character who seems so nice has turned into such an asshole.
Yeah.
Because they even have that reveal when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, where he just ruins her thing for no reason.
Yep.
It's
he hates himself.
I was just gonna say the payoff there is so cool that it makes up for how stupid the reveal is that they got struck by lightning once.
Yeah.
Like when even though it's shot so awesome, but it's like I didn't actually need you to tell me. Like I didn't need to know why. Though the flashback of her, you know, of the story of them as a kid is cool. Why they're able to make monsters, I don't care. Like, that part doesn't matter.
It's just so convenient that they had those action figures.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, those are the things where I'm like, I didn't need any of that, you know. But yeah,
and also, wouldn't you recognize
so
it? Well, I guess she's having memory problems, but Jason Sudeikis should have put it together sooner. Where he's like, "Hey, I did have a robot toy that looked like me."
Yeah. Man.
And then when she's finally got him as the monster, I'm just sitting there wondering, like, how is it going to resolve? Like, there. You know, it's highly unlikely this guy is ever going to change, and the fact that she actually has to kill him, like, it's like, that's hardcore. And I really felt for her when she's sitting in the bar, like, almost ready to, like, break down and cry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then alcohol comes to her.
I love that scene.
Do you want to hear an amazing story? Can I get you a drink?
Yeah. I love that scene. It was so good.
Yeah, she's just, like, near tears, because,
Yeah.
She had to friggin' murder that guy.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
He had it coming.
Yeah, he
did.
Fuck that
Man,
guy.
Jason Sudeikis, what a dick. Oh, wow.
It's like Man of Steel, you know. Like, he had to kill Zod because he wasn't going to stop.
Well, yeah, there's also that funny scene where he's going to run to the playground, and he's, like, jumping fences after she beats him up, and he's, like, looking for her, can't see her, and then she runs past him in the background.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That scene's really good. Oh, man.
It's a good movie.
It's really good. Yeah. Like, knows when to be funny at the right times, and, you know. And then, man, it's just so heavy. I would say that I feel like the actual core lesson is not the... I went in and was like... I think that's part of why the bait and switch worked so well, was I was sort of metagaming the whole movie where I was like, okay, you brought in Joe Kelly, which means that this is going to be a movie about how your demons are your own projection, and you have to figure out how to fight them so that you can move on with your life, which is kind of what it is, but a little bit different.
On the Joe Kelly thing, I have to say, my favorite question I asked him, not during the Q&A. I like my question during the Q&A, but that was more to get other people to ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
But when we were talking to him, and I said, does it upset you that when you see Deadpool created by, and you're the reason Deadpool is how he is now? For those people who don't know, Deadpool, when he first appeared, is nothing like he is in the movie. Mm-hmm. Joe Kelly in 1997 took over Deadpool, and he wrote that kind of funny, breaking the fourth wall goofiness. And he said he just wanted to be known as Deadpool's uncle, and that's good enough for him. And it was pretty funny. And so it's one of those things I've always wanted to say to him, and that I did, and he had as a good sport about it. Was pretty funny.
Well, it was cool because you were getting a Spider-Man Deadpool comic signed with it by him.
I did. Yeah. And then they had a different version of I Kill Giants.
Yeah, it was like a paperback version of the Titan edition.
Yeah, it's I looked it up. It's the 5th anniversary edition. And so I was like, man, I have to get that because it's a different cover, and I've worn mine out. Mine's like all bent up, and even though it's signed by Joe Kelly too, I still read it all the time, and it's bent up.
Yeah,
I like to smell the Sharpie marker.
I do. Yeah, gets me high, man.
Yeah, so good for Joe Kelly.
Yeah, that was really fun. I'm excited. Honestly, the movie was good enough that I didn't realize that this neon imprint is basically Alamo Drafthouse Presents, but different. And so even though I don't think that the trailer for what's that movie called, the next movie from the guy who made A Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night.
I know Keanu Reeves.
The Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch, yeah. The first time I saw the trailer for that, I was like, I don't care. And then I saw it again, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll check it out.
This year's Neon Demon.
That's the same thing.
That's only
fine.
not anywhere near as cool looking.
It's like Mad Max meets Neon Demon.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Do those things need to go together, though? Or
no.
Neon Demon doesn't need to exist.
They are.
Whoa, fuck off.
You're going to like
it. God. No, but my point is that I didn't really care much about it, but like Colossal is good enough that I will probably give them a shot just because I'm like, all right, they're at least making interesting stuff that,
No, I think
was
Colossal
way
strong.
smarter than I expected.
Yeah, and way better than the. I mean, the trailer was fine, but it's way better than the trailer leads it on.
Oh yeah, way smarter.
Yeah,
like this movie could have been a lot of fun, and I would have walked out and been like, "Oh, that was fun. She had a monster thing, and she had to fight that other monster because an alien showed up from space that was a giant robot or something."
Yeah.
Like that's what I was expecting. Was there was going to be some conceit where now she has to use her power for good, and it's so much better than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool, very cool.
The second movie three of us saw this week is Free Fire. Brad, should people see Free Fire?
Yeah, I dug it a lot. I guess I'll save everything for the after part. I mean, if there's ever a 24 movie, like something that plays out over real time, like this is a good template for that.
Brad, James?
Yeah, I would say so. I feel like I had less fun than I was expecting, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's a really cool idea. I think it's all the characters are and the actors are all really, really great and charismatic, and so it's hard not to love it. And an hour and a half long, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, yeah, go see it. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I really like this movie. It's funny. I love the Vernon character in it. He's from Africa, so he's hardcore. I just kept on waiting for him to say something stupid all the time.
Oh yeah,
and
I feel like there was a lot of stuff they ADR'd in of his.
Maybe.
Just because you heard him commenting on stuff a lot, like, yeah.
So yeah, go see it. Here's a trailer for Free Fire.
Here he is.
1,000 apologies. Hate it when people are tardy. It's good to meet you boys. Thanks for coming out. You didn't masturbate before you got here, did you?
You what?
I told you I don't want to work with anybody who's carrying a loaded weapon.
Fuck the small talk. Let's buy some guns, eh?
You're on a different level now. The guy who represents this merchandise is lawn is bigger than your whole fucking country.
Justine, as gorgeous as ever. Well, you've put on a bit of weight.
Fuck off.
Check out the merch.
That's not what he ordered.
Fuck, really?
We ordered M16s, different weapon.
I'm not running a fucking pizza delivery service.
Keep your shit together.
You want the weapons or you don't want the weapons?
Here we go. Oh, now we're cooking.
We'd like to leave with our money. And I'm sure that you boys would like to leave with the weapons. Fuck. Go for the case. What? You're a bird. They're not going to shoot the bird.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, you little asshole!
Here we go. Look out for noise. I'm on the proud tonight. Singing beyond. I'll have my fun. I can chew anything I bite.
Did you cheaters bring a sniper?
So that's what a fucking brain looks like.
Whoa, fuck!
Hey, Party Marte.
Come on, man.
I like your cardboard armor.
Protection from infection.
It's a Figaro!
Tell me who hired you right now!
It's a Figaro!
It was...
You've got two choices. One, you distract them and I leave.
What?
Or two, you kill all of these motherfuckers and I leave.
It's a Figaro!
You seem like a nice girl.
We can't all be nice girls.
The fuck?
So the movie takes place in Boston, and it's this arms dealer making a deal.
It's in the 70s.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a 1970s.
So like there's an Irish gang that's there to buy guns for the Irish rebellion.
And Armie Hammer is selling them to him.
Armie Hammer and Brie Larson are like they're like brokers.
Yeah.
And so you've basically got and each, I mean, it's very deliberate. Basically, there's 5 or 6 pairs of people, because even like the Irish guys, you've got the 2 main guys, and then you've got their 2 thugs, you know, and so you've got all these like sort of alliances of 2, and then there's, as they slowly set up, there's just a lot of different things that should cause a lot of tension here that just becomes this little powder keg that, of course, you know, like, eventually some little thing is going to set this off, and it's going to turn into 55 minutes of these guys shooting each other, and it does. And it ends up, at one point I was like, actually, this is not even a firefight anymore. It's just people crawling around shooting guns at each other. Like, at some point, none of them can stand anymore.
What I think is fun is none of them are really like great, like marksmen or anything. They're
Armie Hammer's kind of, but like,
yeah, but he keeps on getting shot by accident by people on his own team,
and he's high, yeah, and he's high the whole time.
Yeah. Cillian Murphy's really good in it.
He is, yeah.
Brie Larson's always good.
Charlotte Copley in it.
Yeah.
Everybody's really good in it.
Charlotte Copley plays the
Copley
Vernon character.
Yeah. They describe him as a genius who never got over like
being.
He was a misdiagnosed genius that he never got over it.
Yeah.
So good.
I might just go see this tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
You should.
I mean, and how it sets off is people just being stupid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Like there's this thing that happened, and they just get angry at each other, and it's like the 2 characters that should matter the least.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody else, they should just send them out of the room separately, and they don't, and as a result, like everything goes wrong.
Yeah. When Vernon gets shot, and Brie Larson's like, "I think you're okay. I think you got mostly the shoulder pad."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, everything just transpires in real time. Like you watch it play out.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen so many people like take a bullet and not die.
Well, they have like another hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Which Ward says at one point. What was it?
He says the golden rule is you've got an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, before you bleed out.
Yeah, if you don't get hit in an artery or a vein or something, like if you don't get hit in a major artery, you've got an hour and a half. And then like 45 minutes later, Vernon goes, "It's okay, we've still got like an hour and 20 minutes." You're like, no. Not how long has it been?
So, yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's super, super fun.
I think I'll just go check it out
You
tomorrow.
should.
No, you should. Yeah.
Yeah, I had lots of fun. I think I'm going to watch it again.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like there is nothing gained by the time it's over, but you're like, yeah, that was good. That was like a well executed idea. So there's not a lot to talk about.
I was actually excited at the second to last ending that they had as
the fire.
Well, I'm trying to describe it without giving it away on Zach. When the two guys
got
are
shot in the ass.
When the two guys are when the two guys
when
are
the car is going around.
No, after the car
when
stopped,
the two guys are going around. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a guy from each team, and they're
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's going to end with them like being buddies, and and then
and then there's more.
You know that other character is coming back, but you're just kind of wondering when. But I was just kind of hoping like, oh, maybe all three of them will get to like right off in the sunset with the money. But that doesn't happen.
There is a foreshadow. There's a thing that is said at the very beginning that like, oh, all right, these are the rules. So
IFM.
Right. Yeah. And then that last shot is pretty good. That last shot just makes you go, like, all right, this is great. Good job. We can move on.
Yep.
Executive produced by Martin Scorsese. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Second best thing he produced this year.
What else did he make
what, are you
this year?
beating it like a Mohican drum?
Silence was kind of
that was a last year movie, James.
Yeah.
It was only available in Denver in this year.
Children of Men.
I've been told that doesn't count.
Doubt.
Next week on Real Nerds Podcast, we're seeing Circle Jerk.
No, wait.
Is that the title of next
Which
week's
one
episode?
It is now. Which one's The Circle? That's the Tom Hanks
Hanks
movie?
one.
Great,
Tom
I'll see
Hanks,
it.
Emma Watson.
Oh, wait, is that the
other
movie?
people.
Is that the movie that
He's
is
like
the last
Steve Jobs
performance?
guy.
Is that the movie that has the last performance from
Bill
Paxton in it?
I don't think it's the last one, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe it is.
They'd probably be advertising it more if it was.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
how advertising.
well,
in
welcome
Hollywood works
to
sometimes.
capitalism. Yeah, cool, awesome.
Yep. So thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Real Nerds is a Nebulous Visions multimedia production. We would also like to thank Sparks Mandrill for our music. Additional music from Ben Sounds. Thank you to Alamo Drafthouse. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics. And thank you for listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.